so you can try to, you're the one deflecting, to deflect from Salah. Basically, you are tired of us calling out your husband for having non-consensual fantasies about holy white Christian American ass, twerking on his face quickly or slowly, I forget, one of those. Definitely not modestly, I can tell you that. Oh, holy white Christian woman wearing a cross pendant and him defiling that specifically. Something about a Bible in there also. And he shared, quickly, thank you. And he shared images, which is highly illegal in Kuwait, images of a man behind a woman, obviously having a good time, except the man's foot is on the woman's face, stomping her face down to the ground. This is what your husband is into. And that doesn't even take into account his scat fetish. A scat fetish. There's a reason we have that golden poop. Thank you, Mary Sparkle, for displaying it in the chat. That doesn't even count the scat fetish. It's all true. We have seen the evidence. The evidence. Okay? We've seen it. And we've heard it. We've heard the woof woof. Yeah. You know, there's a reason that we have a certain soundbite. Chantal, we all have a certain soundbite. Yeah, we do. We do. And that's when Kybella turned the tables and said, bitch, I'm dominating you now. Bark for me. And that's what your husband came out with. That's what your husband came out with. Listen, I have the Bark Street Boys. I hear Eve. I hear dogs on other live streams that put in a lot more energy into a good bark than your husband did when he was being dominated by holy white Christian ass. None of this changes just because you try to deflect. We're still going to call this out. We're still going to call, the more you try to deflect from who your husband actually is, the more we're going to bring it up. Nobody is forgetting this. Nobody. And you know what? People can be into whatever they're into. It truly, if it's consensual, I don't give a flying rat's ass. I don't, whatever. Have your good time. Have your good time. But you are a disgrace because there was actual evidence of this cheating. As soon as you left the country, he went Home Alone Legend as a screen name on Instagram. I'm home alone. This is going to be legendary. And started messaging who knows who. He knew Kybella from, obviously your chat, Chantal. How embarrassing is that? Okay. They start chatting on TikTok and he's like, you know what? Let's go to my secret Instagram. Let's go over there so we can talk privately. And thank God for Kybella. She took screenshots the whole time. She recorded his pathetic ass woof woofing. Woof woofing. Okay. You had actual evidence of this. Him asking her, how much salary do you usually make, bitch? At least I can carry you. At least I can carry you, Kybella. I can't carry her. But you can come while Chantal's in Canada. You want to come over? You want to come out? You want to come over to Kuwait and hang out for a couple of weeks with me? You knew all of that. And instead of having some actual dignity and self-respect, you said, oh my God, with a beezer? And you booked a flight to run back to him? pathetic. You want to call, who are you calling pathetic? Oh, you were calling another creator, Ms. Priest. You were calling her pathetic? Excuse me? Excuse me. I have never seen a more pathetic display from a woman in my life. And I have seen some shit in my 49 years, okay? That was beyond pathetic. It was so sad and pathetic, I couldn't even feel bad for you for a second. When you were crying and you were devastated, and I'm like, maybe it was kind of a real relationship. Well, that sucks. He's obviously a scumbag. We all knew it. You're just finding out now, but oh well. At least you're in Canada. You can move on with your life. That isn't, no. You couldn't wait to get back to him, to put trackers on his phone and on his car, and to just... If you had money, you would probably hire a private investigator to follow him all day and all night, because who knows where he goes. And if you think that he has one phone, that you were tracking when you were in Thailand, he seemed to be sleeping 24/7, didn't he? I think that phone might have been in his bed that entire time, and he never even used that phone the whole time. He just kept it plugged in, charged, and he went about and did his own thing, as we heard about from a non-credible source, that he was out with someone specific, I guess, this whole time. Whatever, right? You don't care. Obviously, you don't care if he cheats on you. You don't care. If you are actually in love with him, I mean, God only knows why. I don't know what either of you offer to this relationship. What do either of you have to offer? I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, you're both scumbags. Maybe that's just it. Like, yeah, we're both awful people. Woo! So maybe that's it. So if you actually love this guy, you say you do, right? You want him to pretend to love you. He can't really do that. He's not a very good actor. Sorry. No one's buying it. No one has ever bought it from day one. There is zero chemistry. And like I say, it's like when you guys are talking to each other, when you guys are out at a restaurant, it's like you both left work early, your coworkers, to go to the retirement party for Edna. And you're just sitting there awkwardly waiting for your other coworkers to show up. That's how you look with your devoted husband of 2 years. Like you barely know each other and you have nothing to talk about. You just sit there awkwardly with the kind of a smile on your face and look stupid with each other. I mean, really, no one's buying it at all. We never have. No matter how you feel about him, you don't care if he cheats on you, clearly. You don't care about betrayal. You don't care. I mean, we know that he's not giving you gonorrhea. At least you're not getting gonorrhea from this one, right? Because we know from the eggplant emoji that I created for my members, which is entirely based off of Salah, it's an eggplant with 2 Brussels sprouts. I took that picture that was circulating of his, I can't even call it manhood. I can't even call it that, Chantal. I don't even, I'm 49, okay? I've seen a few. Just a couple. Like, really. Like a handful. Okay? That was never happening. That was never happening between you and him in any way at all. Physically impossible. Absolutely physically impossible. There is no possible way. So at least you don't have to worry about getting a transmitted disease, right? Right? Is that the big plus for you about this relationship? That at least you don't have to share your gonorrhea results on a live stream this time? Because, wow, I mean, you felt the need to show us that before, right? You like the Brussels sprouts? Yeah, I needed something ball-shaped. I did, and they fit perfectly, They fit. So, I don't think your problem is with Aisha. I don't think your problem is with Yaba. I don't think your problem is with FFG. I don't think your problem is with Snarky Priest. And it's definitely not with, are you serious? We're holding up a mirror to your dumbass. That's all reaction channels are. That's what they, in my opinion, that's what I like them to be. Just a mirror. To use your own words to say, look at yourself. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Nobody needs to critique you. You do it all yourself. Look how dumb you look to everybody in everything that you do and try to pull off as if this is like a real life to you. That is the most sad thing of all. Aside from having to pay a man to pretend to even like hang out with you, because he certainly can't pretend to be romantic with you. We don't see that. And I'm sorry, the affection thing, honey, I know, honey, right? Yalla, honey, I know. She always uses everything wrong, the words wrong. I'm going to get to you guys' messages in a second. I am seeing them. I just want to keep on my train of thought. Honey. You know what that word is in Arabic, Chantal? It's asl. 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 Ya asl. Listen. Esma. Esmi? Esma. Esmi? I think it's Esmi. Esmi. Listen. I was also with an Arab man, but he was a man, okay? He was a man. That's the major difference here. He was a man. He was a man. In the end, not necessarily the man for me, which is fine, okay? And I wasn't necessarily the woman for him, which is fine. I think we're both in a better place now, and it's okay. It truly is. I don't have any even harsh feelings, because I have my dogs because of that. That's, so I don't care. I get the good end of the deal from that, for sure. I'm back in my home country, and I have my dogs. So, that's the real plus. You gave up your cats. I gained dogs, but whatever. You lost everything. I gained. But, that's where the comparisons end between you and me. Now, I was with an Arab man, okay? You're with a little boy who doesn't know. I watched in your chat, yo mama educate Salah how to walk you across a busy street. That really says a lot. That really says a lot. He either thinks so little of you that he doesn't care if you get hit by a car first, or he's never been taught how to walk with a woman by a real man. He has no real men in his life to teach him, or he just doesn't care at all. He doesn't care. Doesn't care about you, clearly. Clearly. Your mama had to teach him that. Did he pay attention? Probably not. He probably didn't even see it. Whatever, right? Whatever. But Chantal, I didn't live in the Gulf like you're living right now. I lived in North Africa. It's a country that you may be familiar with because you say that you were the ex-girlfriend of an Egyptian, but we all know that that is untrue. We all know that that is untrue. He was not committed to you. He didn't call you his girlfriend. You went over, did some hard drugs with him, and you were a slam piece for a couple of weeks. You weren't in an abusive relationship for a couple of years, like you like to say. For 2 years, you were in an abusive relationship, and things were awful for you. No, that's not how things were. No. You were pathetic with him too. You had to pay this man. You had to pay his rent. You had to buy him an iPad or something. You bought the drugs. He overcharged you for drugs that you did with him. He couldn't even provide the drugs. You had to pay for them. Oh my God. Okay, you would buy all the food so he would cook for you, the chef would cook for you. And he didn't even really want to be seen with you on camera other than just to show that you were friends. But obviously you looked much more into it than it was. And now when you tell the story, you were in an abusive relationship with an Arab man. But you weren't. You weren't. You were a slam piece for a couple of weeks until he found his meal ticket, Dee Dee. I mean, Dee Dee had a condo. You didn't have a condo. You were living with Pete's. That's not acceptable to an Arab, for you to be living, cohabitating with a platonic male friend as a female. That's not acceptable. So you weren't acceptable from the get-go. And we all know how you act with your burping and farting and spitting and God only knows what else. And that's not appealing to any Arab man either. I mean, maybe there's someone out there that does like that. Personally, never met one. Never met one. There could be. I'm not saying, there could be one. I don't think you found him yet because Salah is disgusted with that. Disgusted. I don't know if you have realized that. I don't know if you've gotten that yet. So, Aisha is not mad at you. You didn't do anything to her. She just saw you for who you are. And she's saying, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She says she's not on Telegram. I had her phone number. We were talking. And look, here's Chantal, in quotes, with these 2 photos of topless women. What are you doing with those photos, Chantal? Are you trying to get your next, are you going to country hop to the next one? Because that's a serious fat fish if you're going to do that. If you show up in the airport like you did with Salah, after showing these pictures of these women? Or is that why you're on the treadmill so much now? Because you're going to get skinny, skinny, skinny like these women in the pictures? So you can show up and be like, hi, it's me. And, because Salah's done with you. Clearly, he's done. He is done. He's done. He's trying to drive you out of that apartment by playing Crazy Frog 24/7. He's already driven away most of your chat. And he's trying to drive you away too. But you're still like the grandma cheering him on, like, yeah, shaking a hand. That's what you call dancing. Okay. Everyone's just holding up a mirror to you and you don't like what you see. Number 1, it's not filtered. We're not going to show you a filtered reality. We are reflecting back to you what your reality actually is. And that really bothers you. It really bothers you that so many people can see what your true reality is. We're not buying it. Not for a second. Not at all.